But being like Christ in John 10, dying for. He said, I die for the sheep. Sheep don't have to die. I'm dying for you to give you life and life more abundantly. Am I willing to lay down myself to make security for her? To make sure she is built up. Make sure she is strengthened. I'm giving of myself. It's not about me. I'm pouring into her.
And this is to push on to that. This is why we quickly, like I said, quote the scripture. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. But the first person we fight is our wife. We fight her so fast. We'll tie it to our boss and we'll quote the scripture. We won't fight him, and we'll quote it to our family members and we won't fight them. But when it comes to the wife, we don't understand the same spiritual warfare. We're not fighting her. You've got to understand that enemy wants to destroy the ministry that God built up inside of both of you. And he's going to try to get to her, to get to the head.
That's right.
He got you, he got the whole thing. That's all he wants to do. He don't care nothing about your things and stuff. He just wants to destroy the ministry that God has given you.
Look at the pattern that was established back in Genesis 3. Adam was there. But who did he talk to? Why did he talk to Adam? He dared not talk to him. He knew what authority he had. But if I want to undermine his authority, I talk to her. If I can get to her, she can get to him. That's what he did. He talked to Eve, showed her what was going on. She saw the fruit, and it was good. Knowing if you touch it, we're going to die. She touched it, ate it, and then gave it to him. And rather than let her die by herself, he died with her. Because he ate. And then their eyes were open. While she ate, the eyes weren't open. When he ate, because he had the authority, now their eyes were open. You as the man are her protector. You are to keep the enemy out of your... That's why David said, no sickness nor disease will come nigh my dwelling. None. I have authority. I'm going to fight this. You don't have a right. You don't have a right to touch my wife. You don't have that right. And I'm going to fight you tooth and nail. I'm going to turn the plate down, and we're going to get it on. You want to fight? It's on. But I'm not going to fight her. I don't care what comes out of her mouth. I don't care what she says. I know what the enemy is trying to do. He's trying to speak at her to speak to me. My job is to defend her. I put her behind me. Say, baby, we got this covered. Me and God, let's go for it. And the gloves are off. And we scrapping right there. And if you're not willing to do that, then you don't love her. Christ didn't let the church get beat up, mangled up, tangled up. He went and died for them, that you could have power. Why were people getting healed? People getting delivered? People getting set free? He said, I ain't come to bind you up. He said, I came to loose you. You've got that power. You put her behind you and say, baby, I got you covered. Because you're the covenant maker. You're the covenant enforcer. You're the one who's supposed to enforce the covenant. And your covenant with her is for better or worse, in sickness or in health, for richer or for poor, till death do we part. You made covenant with her. And now something begins to happen, and you just say, well, that's just her. She just got to deal with that on her own. Really? No, it's your job to step in. And here's the third one, where he makes it your job. He not finished. I mean, Christ throws men, Paul used of Christ, throw men under the bus. It's your responsibility, because you're not doing what I do. You're not doing as I did. Look at what you're supposed to do. Sanctify and cleanse her by the word. He He said wash. He didn't say scrub. He didn't say throw the water at her. You're supposed to wash her. Take the dirt off of her. Because it's the enemy trying to kick dirt on her. You take the dirt off of her. It's your job. You keep her undefiled. You keep her pure. It's your job. Just as Christ keeps the church pure. Unto him who's able to do what? Keep us from falling. And to present us faultless before the presence of his glory. And how does he do it? With exceeding joy. Men, if we're doing this, and we're not joyful in doing it, man, I'm tired of fighting for, boy, you in the wrong field. You should never have got married. Because in covenant, it's your job to spiritually protect her. That's why women subject. Don't try and get away. I can just handle it on my own. You go out there. Because that's what happened my first time around. She thought she could handle it on her own. And some stuff was thrown at her. She didn't handle. Next thing we know, she was at Southwest. Because she couldn't handle it. But she wouldn't let me stand up and be. She thought she needed to protect me. I'm telling her, that's role reversal. It's not the way it goes. I know how it walks. But you thought you had to do, no, that's not your job. And when you get out of place, where it's God, Christ, the woman, and the man, you got problems. Because that's not the way it's supposed to go. It's God, Christ, man, woman. 1 Corinthians 11. You got to keep it going. You got to keep it proper. Because it's your job to protect her. It's your job to be in front of her. It's your job to put her behind you. And if she's subject to you, and she's obedient to the words that you're speaking, knowing you're not there to hurt her, you're there to protect her, then she subjects herself. When she does that, Satan's got to go. He would never have lasted in that garden had Adam said, excuse me, get out of there. Don't you touch that fruit. Get out of there. Put her behind him and say, get out of here. He would have ran like a little prairie dog with his tail stuck between his legs. He'd have got out of there as fast because the authority that the man had. And we let him have it. But Christ got it back. So we got a second chance to exercise the authority that God gave us from the beginning with the woman that he's given unto us. As Adam so gladly pointed out. That woman that you gave me. Okay. See, but he didn't understand his place. Because his place was to protect her. Not to let her go like that. Not to let her willy-nilly around there. Not when it came to spiritual things. You knew better. Because you all were not supposed to touch that fruit. You got it first. You taught it to her. God spoke it to both of you. So you knew. Because she knew. Because when Satan asked her, she knew. She knew what that commandment was. Unless we touch it, we're going to die. Then why are you touching it? And then why are you standing there letting her touch it? Man, you're letting your wife touch the forbidden fruit. And you standing there watching her. Rather than stepping up and saying, no, baby, get away from that. That's not it. Get away from that. Because he's taking you down the wrong way. Get away from that. We get here. I deal with him. Because you got the authority. Put him out. Get out of my house. Now. You have no right, no authority here. At all. And stand flat-footed on the word. And he's got to go. He must depart. If I submit myself to God, James 5, resist the devil, what did the Bible say he'll do? Okay. So I got the authority in Christ. So when am I going to exercise it? Men. When I have men come to me and we be talking and they be boo-hooing about my wife that doing it, and I say, your fault. What you talking about? Your fault. You don't love her. No, I love her. No, you don't. Because you love her, When you saw